What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome to the JTFB show. It's your boy Josh Taylor. I had to bring my boy Rio on here to talk about this matchup with the Panthers and Commanders. There's a couple of different storylines we are going to talk about in this game. Blow up the chat, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. What's going on, Andrew and Gucci? Appreciate the shout out on the new theme. Other song got copyright, so I had to change it up.
Oh, they got you too. They got you too.
They are so ruthless. Even the ones that's like, if you put this link in the description, you won't get hit with copyright. I've been using that song for the longest time. And then like the last like 3 videos I did, I was like, what the heck? Copyright all of a sudden. I was like, man, they're trying to get me locked down out here. So it's tough out here in the YouTube world. You got to watch what tracks you can use. Yeah. But nonetheless, me and Rio were just saying the game tonight is going to be ass, man. Bo Nix and Spencer Rattler. I'm not watching that game. Mm-hmm. I know when it's like what? Like beginning of like before the season even starts, like right after the draft, we're like, man, we need some football in our life. This is not the game like where I'm like, I would watch anything. This ain't it, man. So appreciate y'all coming through here. I think this is going to be a lot more exciting than the game. But before we jump into the Panthers and Commanders, we have to talk about Jayden winning his 5th rookie of the week. And it's so funny because we didn't think it was going to happen. We're like, yo, Jayden has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. In a week where, like, Caleb won his game. They're in London.
4 touchdowns.
They spanked the Jaguars, who are probably the worst team in the league, to my surprise. What was your reaction? Like, I was busy when it first came out. I saw like an hour afterwards. I was getting a massage this morning. What was your reaction when you saw it?
I had to go live immediately because it was fucking hilarious. It was hilarious because this is a fan voted on award. So Chicago literally controls their destiny. Tell y'all fans to get active and get your Twitter fingers moving because I believe you can vote simply on Twitter. Just vote for your quarterback. It's not that hard.
Just click the box. That's it.
Seeing Jayden, it felt like watching one of those boxing or UFC matches, and they say, and still, world heavyweight champion of the world. We got 5 out of 6 weeks. The accolades keep coming in for our guy. His infinity gauntlet is full, and then will not be the last one he wins because based on the opponent we got coming in this week, we're probably going to have another belt being shipped to North Virginia Training Center at Commanders Park next week. But funniest shit ever because watching the crash out Chicago Bears fans are having with their unhealthy obsession with our quarterback, it felt good.
I love it every single week. And it's funny because they keep saying like, oh, you can just tell it's rigged or whatever. Y'all are in control of it. I just don't think they understand. It's not like the NFL just picks somebody like, okay, who we think had the best week. It is a fan-led, it's a voting, results, and they're upset with the voting. Like you said, if they're as active on the voting as they are on social media, posting clips and like a highlight.
The river.
Oh, we were worried about Super Bowls. Well, I hate to tell you, but it's been a long time since you've had one of those as well, and you've never had a quarterback though for 4,000 yards. But nonetheless, man, it's funny. What's going on, Chef Dre? Appreciate y'all coming through.
What up, Dre?
Timothy's trying to stay awake at work doing security. We're going to try to keep you entertained here.
Keep up, my guy. Keep up, my guy. We can't have you getting reported on your sleep at the front desk, my boy. I've been there, done that, man. Overnight security is the worst.
Oh, I couldn't. Dude, night shift is no joke. Respect to anybody. I told y'all I will be at that Bears game, and I'm glad because it's like the buildup, and we're not overlooking the Panthers at all. But just the buildup to this game, it's you can just feel it. Like, and they're starting to say, like, oh, the game from last year, it's a completely different team. Like, congrats, you beat Ron Rivera and Sam Howell. But nonetheless, I'm excited about this one coming up as well because, and Jayden said it, and I'm glad he said it, you cannot overlook any opponent. It's the NFL. Anybody can lose on a Sunday. But, man, I got to be honest with you. I'm not worried about this matchup at all. After beating the Browns the way we did, benching Jayden because of, how good we performed, even against the Cardinals, I was like, damn.
Whoa, pulling Jayden, not benching him. I don't even like the way that
sounds. We let him take a break.
There we go.
We let him go home early. Just after that, I was like, this just has the feeling that it's going to happen again. And I pulled up the injury report, and holy smokes, man.
It looks like it looked like Santa Claus's list on Christmas.
It's like a fucking novel, bro. Looking at theirs. Jonathan Brooks, who got elevated, he didn't practice. I'd be surprised if he played. I love Jonathan Brooks. He would arguably be their best running back on the team, rookie out of Texas. Jadeveon Clowney was a surprise. Josie Jewell did not practice. Another glaring one, probably the biggest one, is Deontay Johnson, who just all of a sudden popped up on the injury report, like surprise to everybody.
Trade.
Exactly. Like the Carolina people have been saying he wasn't even available for like the media part of like, like open media to like talk about anything. He wasn't there. So it's Thursday. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Leggett said that he thinks he would play, but I don't know exactly what X knows that we don't know, but it's not looking good. And that was the first thing I thought of too, is could it actually be a trade? Because this is the one name you hear all the time. Like Adam Schefter mentions Deontay Johnson. Everyone's been mentioning Deontay Johnson. Do you even think, do you think it has something to do with that? Or do you think he's genuinely hurt? Or is it a Devontae Adams hamstring incident?
I think it's the Devontae Adams. I pulled a hammy. I'm trying to do better for my next one. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 foot out of the relationship right now. So I'm trying to save my best stuff for the new girl. He's getting traded before the deadline. He could get traded as soon as next week. Those trade wins got going this week with Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper. Deontay Johnson is probably next on that list, him and DeAndre Hopkins. I don't care what anybody in the fan base says. I would not be mad if we were the team trading for Deontay Johnson, because while I respect what Noah Brown has done here and Luke McCaffrey, we do not have a clear-cut wide receiver too. Look me in the face and tell me it all you want to. I think we could use an upgrade at wide receiver too. I know we need a cornerback. Everybody's going to keep saying, Rio, we need a cornerback. One has to actually be available before one can be traded for. So you take what's there if you want to make a move to better your roster. Wouldn't be mad if it's us, but I don't think Deontay Johnson's hurt at all right now.
I don't think so either. And I'm glad you brought that up, because on my live talking about how Washington should be buyers before the trade deadline, I talked a lot about corners, and as soon as I stopped talking about corners, I started talking about Deontay Johnson. Everyone's like, Josh, what about the corners? I'm like, bro, I could talk about corners for 40 minutes, but there's a reason why a lot of them aren't getting named. You just don't see corners getting moved that often. Like, that's just one where it's like, you don't really have depth at corner. Like, you need actually good starting corners. It's not like, oh, we got a wide receiver 3 that could step up and be the next guy. Like, no, you need some genuinely good corners in this league. You just don't see it happening that often. Now, I still think there's a couple that could, but there's 32 teams in the league.
And I don't think a lot of fans understand positional value. Quarterback, left tackle, pass rusher, and corner are not positions you see usually dealt at the trade deadline, because if you have a starting one, they're not available. I don't care what their contract situation is. They're usually not available. You're going to hear about maybe Greg Newsome or Jonathan Jones or somebody like that.
Jonathan Jones would be the one I would think.
But you don't see corners galore available at the deadline. And while we have a need there, this ain't Madden. It don't work like that. You can't force a trade from another organization. You have to pick from what's available. I don't think a lot of fans understand that, and they need to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And what you want is these bad teams to keep losing. Now, a couple people have talked about like Max Crosby. I know this is kind of going off on the rabbit trail, but he had some interesting comments that he said today, saying like pretty much not word for word, but he's like, I'm all in here, or if like wherever I am, like I'm there to win.
All about winning.
Yeah, he said, I'm not here to rebuild, whether it's here or somewhere else. I'm there to win. Like, the fact that he even said he went from I got this shit tatted on me to wherever I am or wherever I'm going to go, I'm trying to win. The tide has changed for sure. Ryan said, I personally think people are getting way too caught up in the trade talk. Adam Peters is trying to build something sustainable.
Sure.
I agree. But my argument is, and it's more of the long of Deontay Johnson, which is kind of why I'm talking about this so much, is because you're ahead of schedule. I mean, you're clearly ahead of schedule. I don't think many people had us leading the NFC East, a third way through the season. And the Cowboys are asked, not worried about the Giants. They're going to be banged up when we play them. Andrew Thomas is out for the year. Kayvon Thibodeau's on IR. He's not going to play against us. Like, we should win that game. The Eagles, I'm still not worried about them. Even if we split them, I think we could still win the NFC East. You're ahead of schedule. I think it comes to a point where like you want to be aggressive and say, okay, we didn't think like realistically we were going to be this good right now.
Nope.
We need to make an aggressive move to say, hey, if we have a shot at the playoffs, we don't want, a number 2 wide receiver or corners being the thing that holds us back from making a legit run. What's the difference in finishing with pick, I don't know, 25, 24, or like 27, 28? Like if you make a playoff run, like realistically, it doesn't matter. You want to go for it. Like you're trying to win. Like you want to hit the Super Bowl. This thing's wide open this year.
Sure is.
So I think to a point, yes, he wants to be conservative. But if there's a window of opportunity to add a guy like Deontay Johnson, who he's good, first off. And ever since Andy Dalton stepped in at quarterback, the production's gone through the roof. He has like 300 something yards, like 2-3 touchdowns.
He's a phenomenal second option. Like
they're
using him as a wide receiver 1, and he's looked good in that role in Carolina, opposite Terry with Noah Brown, I would love if we acquired Deontay John. I don't really care what the fan base is talking about. That would be a move. He's an actual available player.
Yeah.
Max Crosby and Myles Garrett. It sounds good to dream. We could dream about Sauce
I just
Gardner
don't see it
too.
happening. Yeah.
We could dream about Sauce Gardner and Stingley too. They're not available. You know who is available? DJ Reed in free agency next year.
Yeah, there is some I like in free agency. What's going on? Let's go Caps. Cody said, what's up? Josh Rio. Y'all keep doing your thing. Appreciate it. I always appreciate the work you both put in. If y'all were Adam Peters right now, who you calling? What moves you making? I mean, I think, like you said, Jonathan Jones is a guy that could, because like the Patriots, they're rebuilding. You got to look at a team like the Patriots. You got to look at a team like the Browns, where they have so much money in Deshaun Watson. It's like what, 70 mil each of the next 2 years guaranteed to him. They can't afford Newsome, Emerson, and Denzel Ward. So I think that's why Newsome is the name that's brought up, because they haven't paid him long term. He was the name that was brought up in the offseason. So I think, yes, like that's honestly what I'm looking at. If anything, I think Jonathan Jones would be the guy, and he's better than what we have now.
Zadarius Smith in Cleveland too.
Yep. Zadarius Smith. I know he's old as shit, but still,
we could use him.
Yeah, pass rushers, man. You need them. But Deontay Johnson's honestly at the top of my list. So how sweet would it be to beat the shit out of the Carolina Panthers, and then on the way out, Adam Peters on the field, like, hey, we're going to talk about Deontay Johnson after this game, by the way. We're going to get something done.
Everybody keeps trying to mention J.C. Horn, too. They're not trading J.C. Horn, bro. J.C. Horn is like one of their 3 best players on that team, and J.C. Horn is on a rookie contract. Deontay Johnson was just acquired, and he's on an expiring contract. That is why Deontay Johnson will probably be moved at the deadline. I don't think they want to put someone on a rookie contract who's probably one of the better players on the roster. I don't think they're trading that. Yeah, and I know they got rid of Christian McCaffrey. I know they got rid of Brian Burns. I know they got rid of DJ Moore, but I feel like Dave Canal's new head coach should be like, all right, guys, if y'all are going to have me be the head coach, I have to at least keep some good players here. I'm not here to rebuild either. Like, I'm here to try to win, which is why he benched my boy Bryce Young, because they're trying to win. Like, they're not just like, hey, fuck it, we're just going to, nonchalantly go through this season and see what happens. But it is interesting because I feel like teams are being more aggressive with Devontae Adams. We knew that was happening. Yeah, everybody knew that was coming.
Amari Cooper, like so many people I've talked to in Cleveland just said he was so unhappy. Like he wanted out, and the Browns ownership was just like, all right, like we're going to be good by you. Like we know we suck pretty much. We're going to get you out of here, man. Like he was so unhappy. But I do think that it is interesting that teams are being aggressive already. And we're still, 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks away from the trade deadline.
Yep.
Like teams are getting active. Could Adam Peters make a run at Max Crosby? I would love it, but I just don't see it ever happening. I'm loving back-to-back 4 p.m. games. I like them too. Because one, I can get shit done earlier in the day, like especially it being Central Time, where it's like it's a 12 o'clock game instead of 1. I'm like, damn, it's kind of early. But I like the 4 o'clock games. I hate going to them, even though I am going to the Bears game, like I said, because you get home late as shit. Because
you're gonna get home crazy late after that Bears game,
especially because it's already like a 3-hour drive. I'm not looking forward to it. There is a good list of 2025 free agent quarters, not like a ton. I feel like it's kind of the top heavy. But
DJ Reed is at the top of that list.
Yeah, DJ Reed's definitely one. Dude's a beast on Madden every time I get him on my franchise.
If Javon Holland is an unrestricted free agent next year, and if he's not franchised, I mean,
yeah. Now, this is the one I like here with T. Higgins. It's one I talked about last night. Like there is a chance that he actually gets traded before the trade deadline because the Bengals suck. Even though their next 3 games are easy, it's like Raiders, Browns.
I'm about to say, I think they're going to still make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
I think they're still going to win like 10 games.
But, man, he was pissed. He was pissed this offseason that he didn't get paid. Like coming out and demanding a trade. Like I would not have expected that from T. Higgins, especially in his situation. But, dude, they're just not that good.
Yep.
To be honest with you, like I've watched them like 3 times this year, like us, the Giants game and the Ravens game. And I think I watched another one. I'm like, bro, even though like these games are like close and stuff, they're still, for what they have as a team with Joe Burrow at quarterback, they're not good.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah, it does not make any sense because it was really good at one point. Like, and they didn't really lose anybody. So that's what's confusing me. We winning the East. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, let's talk about this matchup, man. First off, shout out Dale Green. This is his weekend pretty much. I kind of like that it's this game. I do wish it was next weekend just because I'm going to be there, but I'm glad they picked a game where it's like, all right, we should win this one. Like
they picked the right one for homecoming weekend, baby. You always put a bum on your homecoming schedule. You got to put on your best shit and show out for the females in attendance, baby. It's homecoming.
It reminded me of like high school football because we like back like Louisa always played the shittiest teams or like our bad rivals on homecoming. Like we're like, all right, we're gonna be up 48-0 at halftime. Most of us are gonna leave in the third quarter and like go meet up somewhere anyways. But I like it, man. Like they've already started doing a ton for him, you know, giving him the suite and stuff like that. I'm gonna pull this back up here in a little bit.
Man, that shit was beautiful, man. That was a beautiful gesture. These guys get it. They get it.
And like going back to even like retiring his jersey and like just seeing that whole video, like the hallway where they had like the mural of him on there and like the quote, I forgot what it said. What did it say?
I'm not like off the top of my head.
It was like anybody can get or something like that. I can't remember. Something along those lines. Like we're gonna whoop ass. It was something violent.
I love it.
something DG would say. But it's just seeing how like above and beyond. I don't even want to say above and beyond because they're doing the right thing. But just what we're not used to with seeing them, you know, honor the past players and really just doing the right thing and helping getting these guys back here. I think first off, like I can't wait to see like how everything looks. I'm not going to be at the game or anything. So hopefully like they like videotape it or something. But I just want to see how differently ownership and it, like does things like this. Cause like we saw the Sean Taylor thing. God, we could talk about that for as long as possible.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy, by the way, to death. But I just want to see like how ownership like does things on game day. Are you going to this game or no?
I will not be going, but I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of stuff. People are going to be sending me stuff. I got people that's going to be out there sending me pictures and videos from the
people
moment.
Up in the suites.
I got people on the grounds. I got people on the ground that should be sending me something because I want to be able to post something on the channel live from it. But for one, like we got an ownership group that truly cares. Dan Snyder refused to retire numbers. He just told equipment managers you can't issue them out. That is stupid, dumb dweeb activity. Honor the guys or free the numbers. Point blank period. We're finally doing things the right way. Joe Green's going to get honored. We're talking about a guy with an interception in 19 straight seasons. That is absurd, man.
That's crazy. One of the fastest corners to ever play.
Ever.
Like he's already
in for us right now on the outside. Opposite Noah Igbenogany.
Dude, I've seen him in person, and he's just one of those guys. You're like, yeah, he could still play. Like Art Monk, I met him at the mall like 3 years ago. He was like doing autographs at like Dick's Sporting Goods, and I was like, this guy looks like he can still run some routes like in the league today.
I see it.
He's definitely one of those guys. Hopefully he can like get back to coaching some of our DBs. Which, by the way, Nikki said in one of her posts today that the DBs have a meeting in the mornings looking over film and stuff like that. It's called the Breakfast Club.
Cute.
First off, it's not working. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's the Breakfast Club because it's like Waffle House and wide receivers are open 24/7. But I'm concerned about this secondary, and I'm concerned about the D-line too. But we'll talk about the secondary. Now, Forbes was a healthy scratch last week.
Of course he was.
And Quinn said, well, it's because we wanted to go bigger packages, with the run, with Derrick Henry and such. Basically saying Forbes is too small to tackle anybody. Do you think that's actually why he was benched? Or do you expect him to be active on Sunday?
No, he's just not good enough. Like, people don't want to believe Emmanuel Forbes is not an NFL cornerback. He's a very unserious NFL cornerback. He's not good. He's not good against the run. He's not good against the pass. This guy was the 16th pick of the draft last year, and he's a healthy scratch in the worst cornerback room in the league. That speaks volume to the ineptitude that is Emmanuel Forbes. Can't win with him. That's why he didn't play on Sunday. I don't expect anything to change if he's a healthy scratch until I know a player who does not necessarily outright speak on their faith when they start posting Bible verses in succession.
Ezekiel 61 was
when they start posting Bible verses in succession.
John Dotson does it too.
It may be time for him to get up out of here, man. He may need to get traded for a bag of chips, some mumbo sauce, and a ticket to a past game.
It's just startling to me, and we can say the same for Jayden Davis too. It's the biggest game of the year, and you have 2 first rounders sitting on the sideline with a tracksuit on,
twiddling their thumbs and shit.
Dude, that's not good. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care if you're playing like Air Force and they're going to run it 90% of the time. You better be out there. If you're the number 16 pick in the draft, if you're any decent, you better be out there. He was not even active.
And I got it from a reliable source that Forbes was at the club after the Ravens game.
Hey,
get it in, young boy.
Hey, might as well. Might as well get it in while you're here. Take advantage of that DC nightlife, man.
Oh, my God. He stinks, bro.
Was Jamin there too?
Probably not. Jamin had a military upbringing.
Yeah,
I know
he's race right. Yeah.
Don't get him in his Hellcat on a freeway, but
he's gonna be benched respectfully though.
Oh my God! But it just shows you how bad Ron was here, bro. We didn't hit on a damn pick. Also, Chase Young sucks still too.
Oh yeah. Did Forbes really turn down help from 28? What a bum. I need a source for that. I don't know if he did or not. And I feel like it got talked about for like a second. I don't remember what was said though.
Darryl Green offered help. He said, I know exactly what I would tell Forbes to get him fixed. And he offered to help, and we never heard that he took it. But we heard Mike Sanders still did in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I feel like if he did, we would have seen clips. We would have heard something. Darryl would have said something. He'd been like, oh, yeah, man, Forbes is ready for the season. We've been training. I didn't hear nothing. Once again, Forbes was at the club this offseason instead of on the field. But we got to talk about the D-line. Even if it is against the Panthers, I'm thinking like long term. I don't know, man. We got some youngins on the line right now. Outside of Deron Payne, I mean, Dante Fowler's been in the league for a little while. Dorrance Armstrong's still actually pretty young. He's like, what, 26?
Gee, the best pass rusher we got.
Dude, by the way, I got to give a shout out to Dorrance Armstrong because for SIS, the company I work for, came out today. Do you know he's actually second in the league for pressure percentage over expectations in the entire league?
Baller.
That's crazy. He has an 8.8 pressure success rate over expectation. That's based off of where he's lined up at, who he's facing, like offensive line wise, down and distance, all kinds of stuff go into account with that, just like EPA is. But it says Dorrance Armstrong of the Commanders has 19 pressures this season, and he missed one. He missed one game?
Yeah, he's missed he missed a lot
like
of
game and a half or
Ravens game.
The half game.
Armstrong was good before the Ravens game.
Right. It was Farrell that was out. That's right.
Yeah, Farrell missed a couple. 19
pressures this season. That's 8 more pressures than expected based on his alignment and the situation. His 19.4% pressure percentage is nearly 9% points above expectations, which is second in the entire league.
He has a pass rush plan. Him and Dante Fowler, only guys on the roster with a pass rush plan, and they get after it.
As much as I dislike Emmanuel Forbes as a player, I just wish he would see if he has something left at all. He's broken up some passes. He's dropped some interceptions. That's pretty much all I've gotten out of Forbes so far. He's hopeless. I'm tripping.
It took him that quickly to get it. What up, Dub?
he said, yeah, I changed my mind on it.
Oh man.
But Armstrong is balling. Obviously the Ravens game was different vibe. Nobody looked good that game, like on defense, at least I'll say. But are you concerned about the long-term health on the D-line? And like, should we even be talking about trade deadline with a D tackle or an edge rusher that is realistic? That's not Max Crosby and Myles Garrett, obviously.
D tackle, we shouldn't be, because Daron Payne needs to earn his damn check now. Daron Payne needs to step up. Daron Payne usually plays his best or looks really sharp when John Allen's missing. Well, guess what? It's just you and some youngins now. We drafted a guy in the second round named Johnny Newton. We're going to find out just how early we can tap into that ceiling now. Darian Mathis, dare I say, is playing some of the most consistent of any of our D tackles, and that's concluding Daron Payne. But Darian Mathis looks like a dog this year. He really has been on Black Air Force energy. So far, Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler are the only people with a clear pass rush plan. It looks different when both of those guys are in at the same time. I don't know whether you need it. It's an oblique, it's a rib. What you need? Take mine, bro, because we need Dorrance Armstrong. Yeah. Hopefully, he's just missing this week and we're good to go. Dan Quinn has been very vague about exactly what that injury is, but we need him back for the Bears game. We need him back because if we give Caleb Williams all day, he's going to pick our defense apart. And I need two edges that can get to him, and I need our interior line getting back there as well. We might have to see a lot more blitzing Frankie Louvu now that McGee is back. We can put him back there with Bobby, and we can just unleash the beast.
Him or some Jeremy Chin. Sanders still be coming off on them blitzes some. Like,
that boy's fast, man.
I want to send the house against Dalton and Caleb. Like,
yep,
just do it. And I know the Bears got weapons.
I want these two. I want 6 and 2. Like, I need air, bro.
Oh man. But it says Dorrance Armstrong rib did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. Once again, we'll see what really happens tomorrow. Yeah. Frankie Louvu was just taking a rest day. Bobby Wagner is taking a rest day. Alec Grady, his ankle, we saw him get banged up in the Ravens game. Don't know how bad that is. He was limited. I would love for him to start. I feel like
he's a lineman. He's going to start.
I'm about to say, I feel like everybody on the line, like if one person goes down, I'm like, oh shit, that's not good. Because they've been playing so well this season. Like for the position group that we thought was going to suck, that we had one of the most concerns about, they've actually showed up. I think PFF had them last week as like the 9th overall offensive line in the league right now. Yeah, which is insane. So if one of those dominoes falls down, I don't feel good about our depth at all. And glad Rio brought it up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. We'll be chopping up hopefully every Thursday around this exact same time, previewing the game for the week coming up. But Tyler Biadasz is another one. He was limited with a thumb. I'm kind of concerned. They said B-Rob looked fine in practice. He was limited. Should we even be that worried about it because it is the Panthers? Or you want like all hands on deck just in case?
If B-Rob is back, I'm for it. I saw him. He definitely wanted to play against the Ravens. They asked him earlier. They asked him if it was up to you what you would play. He looked at him like, yeah, come on, man. You already know I want to play. If he's good to go, play him. But I feel like we could rest him for another week. But the way that Brian Robinson is built, he's going to play on Sunday. He's going to play versus the Carolina Panthers. Let's get these boys over and done with, and let's have the starters pulled by the fourth quarter in this one, man. It's homecoming week. We don't want to look past an opponent, but half of this team is for sale, and the other 60% of this football team is on the injury report. I ain't seen us be a 9-point favorite in close to 10 years. So let's party. Let's celebrate Darryl Green's legacy. Let's get him in and let's get him out of there, and let's get ready for Chicago, man.
Dude, 8-point favorites. We open up at 9.5. It's down to 8. When's the last time we were even open as a 9.5-point favorite?
I think it was like 2017 with Kirk and Jay Gruden here. That's crazy.
Minus 400. I love these odds. I know you have a partnership with
Bet US.
Bet US. What's their odds at right now?
I think they still had they might have changed it today, but last time I checked, they still had us at 9.5.
That's a lot. But I'm still taking that all day long.
I'm taking us with the cover in this one, man. I think that Carolina's gonna come out and they're gonna make it quasi close for like a quarter and a half or so. But our offense, bro, they give up 34 points per game. We've scored more than anybody in the league.
A lot.
Come on, man.
51.5.
Yep, I'm taking the over. I'm taking the cover. All of that. I'm here for all of the BS this week.
I want to see NFL stat leader. They've got to be near the bottom of like everything.
They're like they've given up. They're in points. They're the worst in the league, 33.8 a game. They're third in yards. Like they don't even want to be there. They got 4 starters of their 11 on defense. They stink. Chuba Hubbard has 90 yards in his last 4 games. Deontay Johnson's hooping, but that's it. It's them 2 and J.C. Horn versus us. That's all they got.
Carolina Panthers. Let's look at points. 203 points allowed. They are number 1 in the league, like you said. That's awful. Total yards.
They're ass, bro.
Yeah, they're not.
You gotta handle this football team.
2279. I mean, this is a Jayden game, right?
Yep. Don't play with your food. It's time to get that Florida performance. We've been waiting for his NFL version of the Florida game. What better team to do it than against a team that only has 6 sacks this year? They got like 6 sacks on the season, bro. They offer no pass rush. They have a good corner, but they don't have any pieces. Derek Brown's out for the year. They're bad. They're injured.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
Brown
not
being out's huge.
They're hopeless.
He's so good.
So good.
They allow the Colts. First off, what the hell are they doing in Indy? They've allowed 921 rushing yards this season. Y'all know we're gonna run that rock first off.
That's why Brian Robinson trying to play on Sunday. This is my get right game. I get right on these boys.
And I mean, going over to our offense, I don't think we're second in the league anymore with rushing yards after we're down to 4th, but still 944 rushing yards right there with almost exactly how many they've allowed this season. That is not a good formula for the Panthers. So if you are into betting or if you're an underdog, use my promo code JTFB. You are doing all kind of overs on rushing, but I could honestly also see this being a game. Well, I don't know. I like we talked about Jayden getting like his milestones in the passing game, and he hasn't hit 300 yet, right? He's so close.
Mm-hmm.
I think this could be a game where he does it. Like if I'm betting, I'm kind of tempted, but then once again, if we're up 21 and they decide like, all right, man, go take a break, go sit the 4th quarter. Marcus is back out there. I just want this to be one of those games, like I said, for Florida, where he has that big run. I am waiting for him. Mm-hmm. And who was it? Gruden did a video the other day showing a play where if he would have kept it, he's like, they're going to go back to this play. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh, man. We need to go back to that this week. We don't need to wait. We need to hit that this week.
This is the team to try all that extra shit on. This should be the week we start experimenting with Ben Senate. We should open up everything. I think this is easily going to be Jayden's best statistical game of the season so far. And why not? We're honoring a legend that day home, and we got to set the tone because we got the number 1 pick coming in here next week. So we got to be on our best bullshit and get ready to be toxic versus Chicago next week. I think we're going to handle our food early. I got us in a 17-point victory, man.
This actually surprises the heck out of me. How are the Seahawks number 1 passing offense in the league? It doesn't feel like it.
Geno has a bunch of empty ass yards. When they were on their 3-1 fraudulent shit, he was leading the league in passing. He may still be leading the league in passing yards. He's up there.
He's got to be. Yeah. The Panthers. I mean, I know it's kind of skewed because they had Bryce Young to start out, but only 1,100 passing yards on the season. They've been struggling to really rush the ball. Chuba Hubbard's what they got. Miles, love him to death. Booby Sanders, but God, he cannot run the ball anymore.
Stinks.
So they're waiting for Jonathan Brooks to get back.
Yep.
So this excites me too because I saw how bad our rush defense was. This isn't just a get right week for the running game, who we didn't run the ball well at all against the Ravens. We really couldn't. I mean, they have one of the best rush defenses and one of the worst passing defenses going into that game. So I understand why we threw so much. Like I was not mad at it at all. Mm-hmm. But the Ravens did what I wanted us to do: control the game, run the ball well, take the deep shots, find the open receivers.
Yep.
But I feel like this is that week. I'm glad, like, if there's a week where we lose John Allen for the season and we have to see what this D-line can look like as it is, this is the team I want to do it against, not the Bears. And I'm not really worried about the Bears' offensive line, and I'm not really worried about their run game that much. Swift, whatever.
Chuba balling though for the Panthers. Chuba is getting it in. He's one of their. Him and Deontay Johnson are their saving.
But he's hurt too, isn't he?
Nah, he's good. Deontay's hurt, but I believe Chuba's good to go. Chuba's good to go, and he's got 485 yards, bro. He's had 90 plus 4 weeks in a row. He's hooping. I got him in fantasy. He's hooping.
All right, well. Well, damn, maybe this isn't the game that I want to see how they do against them.
This is how this game about to play out, bro. The Panthers are going to score a touchdown in the first quarter. Washington's going to score a couple times in the first quarter.
My blood pressure up.
It's going to appear to look like a close game. Then we're going to dog them. We're going to get up like 34, 37 to like 10. And they're going to get some garbage time points, and we're going to win 37-20. It's going to be a 17-point, which is a 3-possession game, and it's going to look closer than it actually was. Jayden is going to be in street clothes with his VR on with Chicago Bears defensive tape in his eyes by the fourth quarter start, and it's going to be a good time. We rolling into 5-2 as the only sole possession first place in the NFC East, man.
I do love how like people have like started talking about that a little bit more too. Like whatever Jayden's doing with that VR shit, it's working.
It is.
But I could see it. I kind of want to get into predictions and some hot takes of what we think this game's going to turn out to be.
Let's get it in.
51.5 points, man. Like talking points wise, I could see this being. I haven't even like sent my prediction over to Doug yet. Have you?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I called it very early in the week, 37-20. So 37-20 feels right. And that takes
that shit Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, I be sending that shit right. I be having a feeling like, oh, I know how next week's game is going to play out. It feels like a 17-point game, and it feels like we're going to hint at 40, but the starters are going to get pulled. So we're not quite 40, but we didn't play with our food for too long.
I'm about to say, I could see it being like a 42-17, 42-20 if they decide to get some empty points in the fourth quarter. Like you said, we pulled.
I wish we could just keep them. I want to score 50. They stink, Josh. They suck, bro.
I haven't even looked at who they played this season. First off, they are so far off my
last
roster.
week. They played the Bears. The Falcons and the Bears did them nasty. They played the Chargers. Bro, we should be able to kill these.
They're bad.
They're really.
When did Andy Dalton start? Was it the Vegas game?
The Vegas game. He won that game, and then after that, they went back to being ass juice again.
Yeah, so lost to the Saints 47-10 week 1, lost to the Chargers week 2, 26-3. Then they beat the Raiders 36-22. Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, came out blazing. Bengals, they lost 34-24. We beat the Bengals, okay. Bears 36-10. Damn. That's bad. And then the Falcons 38-20. Yeah, that's ugly. Teams are averaging what, 35, 6, 7, somewhere around there, 47, 26,
33.8. That's 34 point game.
We're getting over that.
So 30, that's what I said. 37 feels easy, bro. That feels like an easy call for this game, bro.
Look, let's go, Captain. When's the last time we could call a game a homecoming game? And that's the thing, too. I know a lot of fans actually go into this game, too. So it's actually going to feel like it's a home game.
Got the burgundy on gold combo again. That shit is gorgeous.
Oh, dude, I love that shit. I hope they do that next weekend too. I do not.
No, care. we're wearing black versus Chicago.
We are.
Yes, sir.
Same.
We're wearing black.
I'll pull up all black.
Battle blacks, baby. Battle blacks. We're wearing them so far. We're wearing them against the Bears and the Titans, and you can sub them in for one more time this season. So they could pull them out. They could pull them. Ooh.
Home
to close the year versus Dallas to close the year. Oh
shit.
My God.
That's probably the last game. I don't know if I'll come back home for another game, but I'm definitely going to the game like in Dallas this year. That's definitely going to. But I would love that either in the season with the Blacks. Like if it's a big game, like this determines like the seeding in the playoffs. Absolutely do it. But yeah, man, we should spank these boys. I would say 42-17. Talking about hot takes. I think Jayden has over 100 rushing yards.
Ooh.
That would be that would lock in rookie of the week too.
I would definitely lie. Okay, I got a hot take for you as well.
Do offense, and we'll do defense next.
Okay, my offensive hot take this week. I got to score at 37, meaning 4 touchdowns and 3 field goals. So that's 7 scoring drive. Jesus, we're so good on offense. I got Jayden Daniels. He is a part of all 4 touchdowns. So whether that's 3 passing, 1 rushing, 2 passing, 2 rushing, Jayden scoring 4 times on Sunday versus the Carolina Panthers.
Ain't nobody on that edge I'm worried about.
Yeah, man. I would love, because I need his passing numbers to catch up, because everybody keeps getting stopped at the 1-yard line. We got to work on that shit, by the way, because Jayden's been robbed of 7 touchdowns this year. I would love 4 passing touchdowns. That would make my life complete. 304 passing touchdowns, because we're riding high into another rookie of the week, probably FedEx Air Player of the Week, offensive player, all that stuff, because the league loves our guy.
We're gonna announce that shit next week at home when the Bears come. We're gonna recap before the game all 6 of Jayden Daniels rookie of the week
coming to the field with all his belts like Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yeah, but listen to this D line. This is terrible. First off, I'll have to say, roll Tide, because a lot of these guys went to Alabama. Ashawn Robinson, roll Tide. Shy Tuttle, LaBryan Ray, roll Tide. Jadeveon Clowney, who's hurt.
Who are these people, John?
They're not good. These aren't the good Bama guys. These are not the good Bama guys. I did not mind. Like in college, Ashawn Robinson was a beast, even though he looked like he was 50 as a freshman. LeBron Ray, same thing, but no, dude. Him, Shy Tuttle, Jadeveon Clowney's hurt. He's their starting outside linebacker, who's actually been decent for him this season. But then they have DJ Johnson behind him. Who? Nobody. And then Josie Jewell is like their best linebacker. He's hurt. Trevin Wallace, he's a rookie. He's hurt.
He's playing solid. The rookies are actually playing solid, though. Like Xavier Legette, he's hooping for him as of recently, since Dalton came in for him. You know, they got a couple rookies.
Xavier Woods is starting at safety.
Yeah, bro. We got to cook.
Nick Scott, Mike Jackson, Troy Hill. This sounds like a BYU football team.
It does.
Oh my God!
It sounds like homecoming week, man. It sounds like put your best shit on and tell your shouties to pull up to the game.
I will say their offensive line isn't that bad, but still, the starting right tackle is hurt. He might not be playing. They're banged up at center, like you said. Xavier Legette. We don't know if Deontay Johnson's even gonna play.
If Deontay Johnson doesn't play, I don't even want them scoring 20 or 17 points.
Where's Adam? Is he out?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt
on the IR too?
He's on the IR for now. I think he's out for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the IR. So starting over him is Jonathan Mingo.
And Jonathan Mingo sucks.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Bruh. Caleb Williams gave the Panthers 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
They beat the dog shit out.
So 300 passing for Jayden, 100 rushing for Jayden.
Okay.
Timothy said, I want JD5 with 4 passing touchdowns, 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns, 400 and 100 yards on the ground. I'm greedy. I agree with you, man.
God. Oh, you don't want to see. Hey, he had the shiesty ski mask on at practice.
Oh,
bro.
dude. Yeah. No, he's ready. He need to do that shit next week, too.
With the blacks? Oh, my God. Yes. I need it.
With the 5 chain on. He need to wear that shit during the game, bro.
Yes, bro. That shit is his aura. We ain't never had aura like this at quarterback.
No, we acted like we did.
We thought so. We lied.
We lied to ourselves, man. Hell no. But man, we say that this could be a game where Jayden gets pulled out early, but I want this to be the game where it's like not even rookie of the week. Like this is a game we're trying to put up MVP numbers.
Offensive player of the week again. He's done it already. Let's do it again.
Yeah, he's done it once. Offensive player of the week. This could definitely be the one. Now we'll wrap this up with a hot take on defense. I'll let you start this one.
Ooh, hot take on the defensive side of the ball. Okay, here we go. Mikey Sanders still 2 picks versus the Panthers this weekend. Shit. That is a hot take. I don't know how much we're going to actually sack Andy Dalton, but I think he's going to turn it over because the Red Rifle will put that shit up for grabs. I got Mikey Sanders still going into the Bears game with 2 interceptions. Washington's going to have the offensive rookie and defensive rookie of the week going into Chicago, baby. We're riding high.
Oh, man. It's funny because you said last week when we were on your channel, you're like, are we going to finally end the interception streak? And we were like, man, we would love one of those Mikey Sanders still picks. Now, boy, I know it was a tip
drive.
or whatever. First drive.
Hey, tip or not, well, you know how many interceptions we drop here? Oh my
so
God.
many. That's why Forbes ain't start last week. There's two that comes to mind. I think Quan Martin gets a pick because he's been close.
Is he gonna play? He on the injury list. He was limited.
He gonna play. What's wrong with him?
Seeing him on the injury list, I was like, we gonna have to put Percy
shoulder limited. Please don't do that. If he plays, he's gonna get a pick.
Okay.
But if not, I think Jayden Newton strip sack.
Hey,
that's a hot take.
Fans need it. Fans need that.
I'm telling you, man, he is. I can't say right now he's so good, but at Illinois, dude, he was so good. Mm-hmm. He was the best D tackle in college at getting sacks, at getting tackles for loss, getting pressures. He was the best statistically and film-wise since Aaron Donald. I'm not even kidding, man. This dude would take games over and he would line up everywhere and no one could stop him.
I believe he should have been a first-round pick.
Dude, absolutely. So I got strip sack, Jayden Newton, Johnny Newton, whatever you want to call him, against the Panthers.
And everybody's going to be screaming, just let Allen leave next year. Trade him as soon as the offseason's over. Torn titty and all.
I know, man. I don't want that to happen. I want people to just celebrate and take it for what it is. Timothy agrees. Quan Martin interception. KB with the drip says, where y'all sitting at the Panther game? We're both not going. I'm over here in Texas. I'll be there for the Bears game. Are you going to any home games this year? Or what's your plan?
I don't know. I think at this time being, I might pull. If they host a playoff game, I might gotta pull up. But
if they host a playoff game,
we lit on these watch parties during these games right now, so you might not see me out there for a minute, man. We lit on Sundays over here, man.
Rio's worried about revenue. He's not trying to spend money
on game day. Exactly.
You talk about income, not outcome.
Like shit.
We still enjoying the game. We still watching it. But nah, man, it's funny because I'll be working sometimes and I'll put your streams on in the background. So definitely looking forward to that. I am working this Sunday actually scouting a college game. So I'll have my laptop and my phone open to your stream and the game playing. So looking forward to that. But Rio, let everybody know. I'm sure they already do follow you, but still just in case, let them know where they can follow you and subscribe to his channel.
Absolutely. Rio Robinson on YouTube, Rio_Robinson91. If you follow me on socials, I'll be on there trolling the hell out of Chicago Bears fans because it felt so sinister. I let out the largest laugh I've had in recent memory. I said, no, we didn't do it again. Caleb should have won it last week and this week. We said, nah, we cool on that. And Bears fans, before we get to Chicago week, I love Caleb Williams. So
me too.
Y'all are making this such a one-sided, unnecessary hatred. I hate your franchise and your fans right now. I want to see Caleb Williams be an absolute superstar in this league. Y'all need to relax, man.
And that's the thing. People act like we hate Caleb. I'm sure there are some fans out there. Who's it? Telly. He hates Caleb.
Man, Telly pushing an agenda, man. Kelly wanted Caleb. Kelly wanted Caleb in the draft, and now he's switching up because we got the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want Caleb to thrive, man. We got to.
Dude, I like Caleb. I've liked Caleb. He's a local guy.
My boy.
There's nothing against Caleb. It's all against the Bears fans. Yep, all of it.
I love Caleb, but he gotta go to hell next week, though.
Oh, yeah. So I think we win this one. I'm ready to get this shit over with because it is going to be Bears week literally from Sunday night to kick off. I'm gonna be on the plane talking shit. It's not gonna stop. It is gonna be a week-long hate week for the Bears. I think it's turning into a rivalry. Do you think so or no?
I think Caleb versus Jayden is going to be one of those conference rivalries like we seen with Brady, Manning, Rodgers, Breeze. Yeah. It's gonna be that, but throw a lot of swagger season on top of it, bro. It's
Obey.
It's about to be spicy.
There's a mumbo on it. I agree, man.
We're going to see them in playoff games playing against each other.
They flexed it for a reason. They know damn well they were not going to move the 49ers and Cowboys. Jerry Jones would call Goodell the second that happens and would start talking shit. You know they weren't going to do it. But if it was anybody else.
Oh, it'd be us.
It would be, dude, I'm so sure.
The only reason we're not being flexed to Monday Night Football is because they can't do it before week 12 because nobody wants to watch the Giants and the Steelers, bro.
Fuck no. And honestly, I wouldn't want to play Monday night either. That's even worse than 4:30s getting there at fucking.
Oh, you're never getting home. You're never getting home.
No, I did that for one game against the Giants, and I literally got home by like 3 a.m. Stuck in the parking lot for 2 hours.
Hey, that game was fire though.
Cold as fuck. I wish it was fire. It was cold as shit. I couldn't feel nothing. But we appreciate y'all coming through the stream. Like I said, me and Rio are going to try to do this every Thursday, talking it up. And that Bears one, oh, y'all better bring your popcorn. It's going to be good. Me and Rio going to act up next Thursday. So it should be around the same time.
I need a ski mask for that one, man.
Oh, I can't pull it off. I'm too white for that.
Yeah, you look like Buzz Lightyear.
I'm about to say, you saw that video. Someone said he looked like Thomas the Train. I said, bro, I would look like the exact same way. Ain't no way in hell.
Shit, bro.
Oh, bro, that was funny as shit. I had to, but appreciate y'all coming through the stream. Hit that subscribe and like button, and we'll see y'all next time here on the JTFB channel. Peace.
Big dub. Let's go.